not disappointing, just disappointing. I mean, I feel like we ultimately we lost the game, right? I think that we lost the game was what it comes down to. It just a disappointing penalties, disappointing in a lot of things that we were in position to not, have happen in week one through all of camp, et cetera, and then for it to show up in here. I mean, hats off to them. They did a great job. They're a good football team. I think the crowd was great. It was a great atmosphere for a game. I'm just disappointed that we lost the game. That's what I'm disappointed in. There's enough in there that we're going to have to go back and look at, and it starts with ultimately me. And I think that, that's just stuff we got to clean up. So I don't have a great amount of words here, so go ahead and ask questions, but I'm just disappointed that we lost the game. That's all.
More so tonight than what we saw a week ago. It seemed like your quarterbacks were struggling to get into a little bit of a rhythm with
Yep.
that.
Well, it's a good team. We're playing a really good team with forget about the rhythm. Playing a really good team that affects that has a great pass rush, right? And I thought we did a decent job at times. I don't think there's a rhythm thing. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it was a really good defensive line, and there was moments where we needed to chip that we called and just didn't get it done. There were moments where we needed to get some people help, and we just failed to do that. So that's ultimately, I thought they both had their moments as quarterbacks, good and bad, and I thought that that this is a game that needs both of them. We need to. You saw what happened when 9 came in and was able to run the ball. Then 14 comes back in and calmly is able to throw the ball. That's all part of what this thing has to be. So I thought overall they did a really good job on defense.
How are you seeing them handle that too when they are maybe the ones coming out and not the ones?
Yeah, they don't like it. I mean, who likes it? They don't love it. It's not their favorite thing to do. They rather play football. That's it. 2 quarterback questions.
I'll ask. So what is the idea? What was the offensive game plan coming in?
The offensive game plan was for us to be able to do what we were, what we wanted to do out there. And I thought we were able to run the ball at moments. We felt like we wanted to test the front and see what we could do as they started to get a little bit more aggressive, be able to shoot the ball downfield. And again, I thought in the first half, we did a nice job of it. I thought we came back out in the second half, and then, we started to slow down a little bit, get a little pressure. Matt came in, was able to move the ball a little bit, and then we wanted to come back and, throw it around a little bit more. And that was just all part of the plan. So I thought, we just didn't execute it. And the penalties ultimately are the thing that bothered me the most, and we got to clean that up.
Your defense, it seemed, really did a good job of keeping you guys into, even if the offensive miscues were happening, other than maybe 2 plays that the defense, allowed Isaac Brown break free for 78 yards and scored. How would you assess their overall performance when you look at what this defense did?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. I thought that, they were prepared. They knew what was coming. I thought there was just moments where we just gave a little bit too much time to the quarterback, and obviously he's a good quarterback, and he was able to find some windows as guys moved around in zones. So then we started to play a little bit more man, and, I thought we did a fine job. That was the one big play. There was some tempo to it. They cracked twice, and all of a sudden it became what looked like a crack and go to our DB, which put him, in the back of the end zone. And then that big run, we just one more gap, from our DN, just kind of got caught on the tackle. Just need to work one more gap out, and I think that play's dead like it was all day, and just didn't work out. We have to again get off blocks and handle our responsibility.
Special teams, the issues with those first few punts, was that more of a kicking thing or a punt pro issue?
No, I mean, there was not any pressure, so it was more of a kicking thing. It was into the wind, and I think he was trying to hold it as long as he can and put himself in a situation where, he could pin this ball, and it ended up just hitting a little high off his foot and bounced backwards, had backspin on it into the wind, and I don't know what it ended up, but a 7-8 yard punt, not a good situation. But then defensively, I thought we did a nice job to be able to not let them get in the end zone. Penalties, like a ton of penalties we're going to try to clean up. We're going to make sure we have the right people in the right places doing the right things, and we're going to make sure they execute at a really high level. They have to make contested catches. We got to get off blocks. We have to be able to, be accurate. We have to protect. We have to do everything that it takes to be a great football team. And today we did it at times. Like we did it at many really good moments. We did it, and then there were others that we didn't. And this is something we have to learn and fix and do together, which I'm excited about. That's a good team. They're going to win a lot of games. Like we all understand that. But at the same point in time, this is a game that we lost, right? I don't feel like they won. I feel like we lost this game, and that's on me.
When you switch a quarterback, is that predetermined, or is it a specific situation when you are bringing the quarterbacks in?
Yeah, it all depends on the game plan.
Last year, you said leading into that UNC game that the bye week was coming at a right time to help plan for that one. Do you think that this bye week is coming at the right
I do. I think that you know, there's just enough in here that this is the first time in really heavy fire with the crowd involved and in an environment and an atmosphere like this, again, that you start to learn a little bit more about your team ultimately. And I think that's what we needed to be able to do, is get into this environment and just feel what our guys felt like. And in pressure moments, you know, what cost us and what do we have to clean up. But there's enough in here that I thought we did really, really well against a very good football team. And I think there's enough in here that we got to make sure that we clean up, but just not, you know, just disappointed in a lot of it. That's all. And I think we just got to get back and clean up.